Welcome back. This is a segment called Tech Tips. Today we'll be discussing files and folders. So first up, what is a file? Understand that when computers were coming around, there was no digital version of what they were doing at the time. So for the most part, tech concepts are often named after the real-world thing they were meant to model within the computer. So that said, what is a file? Similar to real life, a file is a conceptual wrapper to hold data and/or instructions for the computer to do certain things. A picture can have a digital representation, its copy, stored as a file on your computer. This is an example of a file holding data. Now, all files have what is called an extension. Well, at least on Windows and Mac. Some systems don't use them, but for most people, the extension is what tells the computer and you what kind of file it is. See this file? See the .png part? That is the file extension. File extensions clue you in on the type of file you're dealing with. Pictures might have a .png extension, for example. The Word document I'm writing the script in will have a .docx extension. Now think back a few moments ago. Remember how I said files can tell the computer to do things too? A file's extension can give that away. Take the simple .exe file extension, for instance. That's Windows' way of saying this is an executable file. What does that mean? It means this file contains code to be run on a computer. And what does that mean? It means it's a program or application that will do things. What things? Impossible to know just from the file extension. This is why when you are searching for a website and you see something like for sure not a virus.exe, you probably shouldn't click on that. The .exe extension in this example means you would be downloading something that runs code, and its name should tell you it's a computer virus. Are all executable files dangerous? No, but you should know what each executable file is before you download or run it. If you're unsure what a file type is, just search online for what is a fill in the blank file, and you'll find what it's meant to do. Something to know as well about files is that they hold more information than what their creators gave them. Right-click on the file, click Details, and you'll see information like date created, last date modified, and more. So with all this said, let's move on to folders. Without more privileged access, you'll see all files live in a folder. The folders can also hold other folders. Folders help organize your files. On Windows, there's a feature called File Explorer. Its icon looks like a folder. Open it and you'll see a directory of your files. At the top is the file address bar. Within File Explorer, select any file by clicking on it. To select multiple files, click and drag so the little box you're selecting with covers all the files you want, or tick their checkboxes one by one. The location of the file, what folders it's in, will be displayed within the file address bar. If you type an address into the bar and hit enter, it'll take you to that file or folder. Short fact to know. Computer storage starts with a base folder or folders. These are called drives. For instance, this file is on the C drive. You can also search for files via the search bar in File Explorer. Type the name and extension, hit enter, and the computer will search for it within the folder you're in and any folders inside it. Another thing you can do is sort or view your files in a certain way in File Explorer. Imagine you're a chef with a million recipe files but want to find the first one you ever wrote. Do you really want to scroll through them all? Thankfully, File Explorer can sort your files by date, size, name, etc. Look at the top menu and you'll find sorting and view options. One last thing of note is something called a zip file. Think of a zip file as a folder that's been squished into one single file. It's great for moving or sharing a bunch of files at once. And it can save space unless the file is already compressed like most images or videos, in which case it won't shrink much. You can make one by selecting your files, right-clicking, and choosing Compress to zip file. Boom, all those files are now in one neat package. When you get a zip file and want the contents, put it where you want the files to end up. Right-click it and choose Extract or Unzip. The last thing I want to discuss is the lifetime of a file. A file is created by a program. Unlike in real life, files on your computer will stay where you put them unless you or something deletes them, or through software or mechanical failure. When you delete a file in Windows, it usually goes to your recycle bin. Now, it's not really deleted at this point, it's just the space that it took up is marked as available for use. If you need to make a file unrecoverable, that's its own topic I won't be covering in this video. Well, that wraps up all the basic things you should know about files and folders. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.